I am back. What's up, bitches? I just got some tea. I know that was such a long introduction. Like, yeah. I've just got myself some tea. Am I being weird when I say that I do actually enjoy playing Valorant, like on my own time, without it being competitive? Like, I don't care if I lose so many times. I mean, for the moment, I kind of am sad, obviously, but yeah. This tastes strange. I made chocolate milk. Okay, we have to listen to this. Chocolat. Chocolat. I love the song. Pour passer le temps. Oh, cacao. Chocolat. Si tu me donnes mon corps, moi je te donne la. Cacao. Yes, I love the song. Chocolat. Les kiki de mes kiki, oui. Les papas de mes baobabs. Cacao. Chocolat. My hair needs to. What the fuck? I just washed it, it's still not dry. Chocolat. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yes. Shh. Chocolat. Can you stop puking, please? I'm streaming right now. If I... Hold on. I want to try something. Wait, what was it? Was it Lumaki? No, it wasn't Lumaki. What? How did you activate the green? Chroma key! Right! So, it doesn't work, I think. I mean, I have green. Look, it doesn't work. Oh my god. It doesn't work. I need to check. But this is 2022, so technically I'm not like... But I will start my new planner for the streams. Because I got my cute planner. What is it? Taste what? Eggs with the what? Spaghetti? No. No.
It's really delicious.
What? I did not do anything for this Thursday?
No.
I did not write anything for this Thursday. This is insane. Where's my cute planner? What is this? Oh. No. Yeah, it's a what do you call? Like if it was darker, let's do that. Look at that. Oh, like that? No. Like that? So much more better. Mm-hmm. Do I look cool like this? But where is my little planner? I can't find my planner. Oh, it's right here. Look at my cute little planner. I really need to get my shit straight so that I can actually make some good content instead of... Holy shit, look. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift. Kung Fu Panda. Who knew, right? I have my cute weekly planner for my streams. Look. I'm gonna start next.
Yeah, it's in the bar. Walmart?
Walmart. We don't have Walmart here. What are you talking? What in the American are you talking about? We don't have Walmart. No. No.
My hands are still like shaking.
Why?
My blood sugar will go low. I don't feel hungry, but it's just like my body reacting.
We're twerking in this household.
Just one.
No!
For taste.
No!
I want coconut milk. I
It
need to
tastes
get that
horrible.
protein.
You need to get that protein. That's your that's like your no! No.
Did you put sugar in it or honey?
Nothing. I put nothing in it.
Can I taste it?
Mm-mm. It tastes so good. But yeah. So I guess we're not gonna be doing anything today, guys. You guys want to watch a documentary? What do you guys want to do? I have nothing on my planner. I apparently on my planner I wrote old movie YouTube. I have no fucking clue what that means. So, I guess we're just I don't know. I just want to see how it looks with it. Like that. Why doesn't it work? I guess I need to be in a really Look who's back! Lolina, hello! Ew, why do I sound like that? Why do I sound like that? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. My channel. This. Oh well. There's nobody watching. Hi, hello 50. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you guys. I was just talking to thin air for the past 30 minutes. No, that's too long. 16 minutes. Oh, apparently I've been streaming for 16 minutes and talking to thin air. But I did listen to a cool old song, so I guess that helps. Let me see. We need to go through YouTube. No. My YouTube has stopped working. We need to watch. Do you guys want to watch Wendigoon? Do you guys know Wendigoon? If you know Wendigoon, raise up your hands. But like in real life, I don't need to see it. I'm just kidding. But like yeah. Do you know Wendigoon? Do you guys know Wendigoon? No, you don't. Like Wendigoon is one of my favorite YouTubers. Can we watch Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury? No. What? That's so boring. I want to watch something historic, something that feeds your brain and your soul. Oh my god, he cut his hair? So let's watch new Wendigo video by the forbidden practice of self-mummification. I wish I had the capacity to do. I really wish I had the capacity to make videos like the way he does. But I don't. And you know what? I'm so glad he makes videos so that we can put minimal effort into ours and watch it together. But guys, I can assure you, I'm not getting paid for this, so it's like, who gives a fuck, right? But by the way, today we're going to raid someone. We're gonna pick who to raid. We're gonna look through. You know what we should do? Do you think hot tub streamers have like raiders? We should raid a hot tub stream. That would be funny. Don't you think so? No? You don't agree? Okay. I'll just open this. Like, oh. Whoa, really funny. Lolina, you have something against me? Hmm? You got a problem with me, man? You wanna fight? You wanna get into a fight? I'm sure they have plenty of Kumas raiding them. Yeah, but you know what I want? Like, what if I raid them and then they're like, oh my god, let me be nice, and then they raid me back. And then I get like a lot of people in my channel, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I don't know who to raid. Honestly, I don't know who to raid. I don't know. You're here. You're here. Welcome back, Neon. Lolina. Lolina. I don't understand why you do this. Lolina. But yeah. We're gonna watch a Wendigoon video, guys. Look at this guy. Look at this man. I love this man's.
Ceremonies and rituals have been practiced by people all over the globe for reasons ranging from culture or country, or as we're going to be talking about today, religion. And perhaps one of the most interesting and morbid practices ever recorded is that of self-mummification. In Japan's northern mountains lie select groups of Buddhist monks who practice the act of self-mummification, or living mummification. And for such a relatively small practice within the whole scope of Buddhism, it is fascinating how popular this idea has become.
Welcome, T. Feet. You don't want me to show your chats? Why? What is going on with this? What the fuck happened? It can't be private. What are you talking about? You know what I really want to do? I mean, if it wasn't against TOS, I would actually go through PH just to read the comments. I love doing that in my spare time. I love when people comment on it, like, oh, I really need help with my math homework. I've seen a lot of them, you know? could you guys help me out? And then someone else was like, yeah, sure, I'll help you out, my dude. And they're like, oh, thanks. And then thanks to you helping me solve this problem, I jerked off in peace. It's like amazing. I really want to do that, but I don't know. That would be like super. Oh, maybe there could be maybe there's a YouTube video on PH comments with them. You're already bored, to be honest? You're watching bad. What? No, why? Hide it! Hide it! Is it possible to have kick chat or peek? I don't mind. But wait, I have a question. Can I put kick and kick chat and Twitch chat together? Is that possible? Never mind.
And just
Yeah, you feed. The only reason you want me to hide it is because you wrote I'll come back another dot. That's why.
despite there being several rumors and myths around the idea of living mummification, some of which we're going to talk about today, the practice itself has been well documented. So for this video, I want to talk to you all about the strange act of self-mummification. I was doing research into a lot of the more obscure practices and beliefs within Christianity, and I kept getting reference back to this idea, so I figured you all might like a video on it. And you know, after making a 5-hour video about the bloody concepts of war and death, I figured making a nice small video about people decomposing while they're still alive would be a nice thing to take the edge off. So if that sounds interesting to you, then stick around as we talk about those few times in history where someone made themselves into a living mummy. Right after we deal with, again, whatever crisis I'm having right now. But before we get into all of that, I want to talk about something important.
Are you talking about flat-chested anime MILFs or just ladyboys? Is that what you want? Gay! Wait. I need to go a little bit. There we go.
We're all on the same page, let's ask ourselves, what is a mummy? By its more liberal definition, a mummy is any body that has resisted the effects of decomposition. This is most often done through deliberate after-death actions like embalming or organ harvesting, but the term mummy could also apply to natural factors that slow decomposition. For example, bodies that are found on the top of Mount Everest. So while normally, mummification requires extreme effort from either nature or the moral,
I actually knew this. How many bodies in Everest? There was like an approximative 200 plus. Oh my god. Can we watch Jake Paul? No, we cannot watch Jake Paul, Alina. If you want to watch Jake Paul, you can go watch Jake Paul. I'm watching a history about mummies. Yeah. I don't want to watch fucking Jake Paul. Jake Paul is not historical. He will be in 50 years. So in 50 years, if I'm still going to stream, we can watch Jake Paul then. But now, we're watching about Mount Everest and death. The forbidden practice of self-mummification. You have to go, Neon? Oh, okay. Bye, I'll see you later. Oh, not bye. Just, I'll see you later. That's okay. Let's continue.
In the northern regions of Japan, some Buddhist practices have found a way to secure mummification without nature or the morgue being involved. And as a matter of fact, one can do it to themselves while still alive. Now, before I get into the description of the belief and practice of mummification, I want to make it very, very clear that this practice is in no way representative of Buddhism as a whole. Buddhism is one of the largest religions in the world, with hundreds of millions of members. And self-mummification, as far as we can trace historically, has definitely been done by about 17 people. Or at least been successfully done by 17 people. There's been a lot of people attempt it and then die in the process, as we're going to talk about. But Buddhism in general has a very large focus on the spiritual and the mind, reaching this higher order of existence, or nirvana. In most cases, neglecting the body and seeing the body as an unimportant factor in the soul's journey. The only confirmed variation of Buddhism to practice self-mummification is that of Shugendo. Shugendo is inspired by the ancient Buddhist monk Kukai. Kukai was a Buddhist leader in the early 9th century and pioneered a lot of ideas whenever it came to ascetic practices within Buddhism. Ascetic practices, or asceticism, is the belief that it is best to control one's own desires and physical pleasures in order to achieve spiritual importance. Now, asceticism itself isn't just unique to Buddhism. Pretty much every religion in the world, from Buddhism to Christianity to Islam and everything in between, have some belief of controlling your desires and wants in order to achieve a better spiritual version of yourself. But it seems that Kukai, at least according to the stories around him, took this to an extreme. A lot of beliefs around Buddhist monks have a very heavy...
That's like one of the questions I have, because I'm kind of a... I kind of believe in supernatural a little bit, but like it's like a 50-50 thing for me. One of the questions I have is that the people who go through this, like, for example, there's a lot of people who fast in order to get to achieve a form of enlightenment, you know? And they see things, they see God, or they like take mushrooms, for example, or something like that. I'm so curious to know, like, what is it that's the truth? Is it just psychosis? The things that they're seeing are just like made up stuff because of scientific like reasoning, you know? Or is it actually, are they actually achieving? Can we watch astrology? This is mummy stuff. It's boring. Okay, Lolina, you can politely just fuck off, please. Thank you. If you're bored, leave. Nobody is stopping you. You can go. Really. Nobody's forcing you to be here. You can stop following me if you find me boring. That's all right. I'm not going to come and find you. I'm not going to find your house or your address. If you find me boring, you can leave. I don't need you to be here. Honestly. What the hell? The other time you also you were like, I'm gonna go and watch a hot tub stream because you're boring. Okay, you can go and watch some titties. That's totally fine with me. I don't really want anyone staying here because they want to watch my tits. I want people to stay here because they want to learn something and, you know, interact in a peaceful manner. I hate that I'm so insecure. You're here for the booba only? So get to it. Oh my god, feed. So, like, stop with the jokes now, really. I'm really upset right now. Like, I even have the video. The first moments I start the stream.
I really wish that I could follow you, but like, I could look at your videos, but I can't because I go to school and I have a lot of things to do. And I have just me alone time to just look at my drive. Just for 1.5 hours. Now I'm gonna look at my
Immediately
phone
by
right
an
now.
overwhelming desire to possess it.
You do shorts? Okay, bye.
Look at him. Look at this. The first time I was streaming, and he says, I'm reading a book, and he's like, how about we watch Logan Paul or boxing? He's still the same. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm actually reading a book, right? And he's like, pool stream, bunny outfit today. I'm going to watch a hot tub stream. That's the title. I don't understand. He did the same thing. Well, stop following me then, Lolina. You don't want to watch me because I'm fucking boring? Well, you can suck my ass, just like everyone else, okay? Goodness gracious. People pissing me off on the internet? Such a surprise.
Emphasis on
wanna
separating
watch a video in
yourselves
haste.
from worldly pleasures in order to achieve a spiritual perfection. Hence why most of their beliefs involve separating themselves from society and living in a communal sense in these mountain temples. Kukai was a very strong proponent of this, and near the end of his life, according to legend, he quit eating and then one day went away by himself to go meditate. When he was found sometime later, he was dead, although it appeared as if his body was simply sleeping, and it seems that he has reached a higher state of spiritual enlightenment. So, some members of Shigendo, who saw Kukai's life as an example to aspire towards, believed that his mummified state of being after death was the path to enlightenment. Now, Shugendo itself takes aspects from other religions.
Okay, these topics are really interesting to me because there's a series that I watched. I don't know if you guys watched it, the OA. It actually tackles the topic of death in the most science fiction kind of way possible, and it's such an interesting movie. You guys should series actually. Sorry, it's on Netflix if you guys want to like look for it, or I don't know, you can pirate it somewhere. I'm sure. But Britt Marling is one of my favorite directors and storytellers. She has such a way with a lot of things. I don't know. She's just so amazing when it comes to. And okay, now I don't know if I can say the theory, but like, because it will ruin, like, it will spoil it. If you guys, okay, let me just say it anyway. Close your ears if you don't want to hear the spoiler. But the OA tackles the life after death in the sense that people who die get transported to another dimension in another world where they themselves have taken a different path in their lives, you know? So basically like if you were to eat like an egg today in the morning, and if not, your paths diverge, right? So she, the main character, ends up being able to cheat death and end up in another dimension, like learn how to hop dimensions and never die. So it got me thinking, what if when we die, we're actually just ending up in another dimension instead of actually dying? And I think that's more terrifying to know. To think that I'm going to repeat my life all over again. Because I really don't want to. I just want to go to heaven, man. It's so much more easier, I think. I mean, if I will go to heaven, that is. That's debatable, isn't it? But yeah. Death is so interesting. It's one of my favorite topics.
It borrows some ideas from Taoism and
also, I would love to share this ballad or poem from 1800s with you about death talking with a woman who has her time come, you know. I will show you after this.
Hinduism as well. So they have more of an emphasis on the state of the physical body as opposed to a lot of Buddhism that mainly focuses on the mind and soul. Because of that, some followers of Shigendo believed that if the body was taken to the point of near death, or really on the precipice of death for some time, then through the body's connection to the spirit, it would harden the soul. And furthermore, that if someone died while doing meditation in this state of physical near death, then their soul would be in a constant state of perpetual meditation. And if one of them was able to do this,
like
they
a
would
coma.
reach the state.
Basically like a coma. So they're trying to achieve coma-like state without having like a piano dropped on their heads. Okay, guys, I got the next stream idea. Next time, we're gonna try how to meditate ourselves to self-mummification. I'm going to meditate personally in front of everyone, just like this. We're gonna
Buddha, or in other
self-mummify.
words, total spiritual enlightenment. The term for this, or the term for someone who went through the entire self-mummification process and came out the other side in this state of meditation, or state of Buddha, was Shoku Shimbutsu, which effectively translates to Buddha while in his body. It seems that after Kukai, the first monk who attempted to do this was a monk named Shojin in 1081. However, it seems that, while despite starving himself, after death his body began to decompose. So, the process became refined, and over the next several hundred years, occasionally, monks would attempt the process of self-mummification. So what was this process that allowed someone to stave off the effects of decomposition before they were even dead? Well, the process in most cases...
Oh, by the way, is the stream echoing? Like, is my microphone picking up the sound a bit? So I'll mute myself when I'm playing the video, okay?
Cases would take just shy of a decade to complete, and even then, attempts weren't always successful. The first step in the process was something known as mokujiki, effectively bringing down one's diet to the bare minimum to keep a human alive.
How do you know anything about how I can fix that? Like, without having to mute myself? Should I get one of those puff balls? I don't know what they do. I don't know. Should I get a microphone stand? Like, microphone extension thingy? Does that help? I don't know. I wish I knew. But yeah.
This diet consisted of exclusively eating things foraged in the forest, like tree bark and pine needles and seeds. Spiritually, again, this was to bring down the body's form in order to elevate the spirit, but what it was physically doing is removing all fats from the body as well as starving out the bacteria within the body. See, the reason you decompose after death, negating outside factors, is because your body is full of bacteria that immediately begins to break down your cells as soon as you die. Pleasant thoughts for the night. So, even if these ancient monks weren't aware of it, eating a diet of just pine needles and tree bark begins to starve out the very bacteria that would one day cause them to decompose. And while yes, you would technically survive on a diet of pine needles and tree bark, it would remove all energy storage in the body, so things like fats and muscles. And to the monks, this would all be coupled with meditation in order to elevate the spirit as the body begins to decline. They would do this diet for a cycle of 1,000 days, and if they felt that they were not yet ready for the final steps of the process, they would simply go into another cycle. Most often, they would continue on this diet for 3,000 days, or just over 8 years. It was also, as you could imagine, very common for people to die during this part of the process. If a monk died during these preparation stages, he would be buried and honored, but he was not declared to have reached Shoku Shimbutsu. After a monk survived through however many cycles of the 1,000-day fast they decide to do, they would then elect to continue with the final steps of the process. The next step was a complete fasting of any food all at once. For 100 days, they would exclusively drink saline water and meditate. The only other thing that they would intake other than saline water was a tea known as urushi tea. Urushi tea came from a sumac tree and effectively was made of the same materials that makes poison ivy poisonous. Drinking this tea made the body toxic to any outside composters that may come along, like maggots or worms. So if the process has gone successfully and, the person hasn't died yet, which was much more common than the process going successfully, but if the process went successfully, then all of the bacteria in the body have been starved out to where they can't decompose the body from the inside, and the body is now poisonous to any decomposers that come from the outside. Once all of this was done, the monk was then effectively buried alive. The monk would be placed into a pine box about 10 feet below ground, and the box itself was very cramped. It only allowed for a person to sit in the lotus position and not stand up or move too much. And after placing the monk in the box, a bamboo chute was ran into the box itself to provide air, and the monk was given a single bell to ring every day to indicate that he was still alive. After that, the top of the box was covered with charcoal, and every day, the monks would walk by and listen for the bell to ring through the bamboo chute. And of course, eventually, the bell would stop ringing. Some reports I read said that whenever the bell would quit ringing, they would remove the charcoal, check to make sure the monk was dead before they removed the bamboo chute, covered up the box, and then sealed it off with stone. However, some other reports I read said that if the bell wasn't ringing, they would just pull the chute and then seal the box in without checking. So the final step of the process involves being willfully buried alive and then ringing a bell to indicate to others around you that you're not dead yet. And of course, through this entire process, the monk would be meditating and chanting. The idea being that once the moment of death occurs and the monk is in this suspended state of meditation, they have reached enlightenment and Buddha. Several participants in the religion also say that this act of living mummification is also an act of self-sacrifice. Several of the stories regarding these monks who reached a state of living mummification talk about how selfless they were in life and how this was another act upon that belief. It was believed by many of them that humanity's suffering could be atoned or pardoned by the sacrifice of another. For example, one of the monks who successfully went through the process had a legend that said one day he was traveling through the city that would one day become Tokyo, and everyone was getting a disease that caused them to become blind. So he simply walked to the river, ripped out his eye, and threw it in the river. And according to the legend, the disease stopped. So a lot of the beliefs around self-mummification was that the physical weight that humanity was bearing through things like famine and starvation could be atoned for, and perhaps they would bear the burden of if they went through the extreme end of the process of famine and dehydration. So while yes, it was on one hand an act of self-actualization and spiritual enlightenment, it was also seen as an act of self-sacrifice. After 1,000 days since the monk was sealed in the tomb, his body would be checked by his followers to see if he had undergone any decomposition. If the monk did experience any decomposition in this time, then his body was exorcised and reburied. See, it was believed that by going through this process, you are opening up the body to a lot of spiritual energy. Hopefully, energy that you can take advantage of. But if the body shows signs of decomposition, that effectively means that the process didn't work. So now, something else could be using that energy and your body as a sort of host. So again, the body would be exorcised and reburied. If someone did get through the process without, decomposing, then they were declared an official Soko Shimbutsu, and their body would be placed within a temple to be worshipped, as it was seen that that individual had now reached a state of.
To clarify, this worship was a means of honoring the sacrifice and determination of the mummified monk and encouraging the followers who look to that monk as an example and teacher. It's not a form of deity worship and is more closely related to traditions of sainthood. Ah, okay.
Buddha. Now, depending off of which estimate you go with, this process has successfully been completed by anywhere from 17 to about 30 people. There are 17 still intact mummies who went through this process still existent today, and if we go by historical records or people from the past couple hundred years who witnessed these bodies, then the number's closer to 30. There's also several reports from hundreds of years ago that there were other people who successfully went through this process, but their bodies have just been lost to history. And again, if you go off the most strict of guidelines, then
there are at most 28 Sokushinbutsu still in existence today. However, only the 17 mentioned earlier are readily open to public viewing, and given the proliferation of fake mummies reported by some Shugando believers, most consider the true number as roughly 17. Can you imagine people? There's like 28 people decided to put themselves willingly into a coma, alive. Can you imagine wanting to being buried alive? And why does it not feel bad to hear this? Is it because we have like a different perception on Buddhists? Because like if you can like you know that that cult that did the whole suicide altogether thing. Which cult was that? Mass suicide cult. What is this? Heaven's Gate. Right, Heaven's Gate. Right? It was Heaven's Gate, right? Where they all kill themselves. And that's just the ones that didn't rot. Exactly. Like, why, like, at least to me, why does it feel like this cult? Oh my god, what is going on? This is like very cult-like, don't you think? Like, with a lot of religion, I don't know. Am I thinking wrong? What do you guys think? I mean, I can't talk. I can't talk, but like, you know what I mean, right? Like extreme religious beliefs that lead you to lead you to do this seems to me very cult-like. I mean, if that makes the people happy. Are you kidding me? Suiciding yourself? You wouldn't say this for you wouldn't say the same thing for Heaven's Gate, for example, where there's a lot of people who the mummy, yeah, but mummy thing, they are killing themselves in the name of enlightenment. The same thing that a lot of cults do, where they kill themselves in order to achieve the greatest enlightenment ever. They have the same reasoning. But this is like forbidden, I guess, because of this. It's not like if that makes people happy. It can't be. You can't say that. I don't think you can. But yeah, let's continue.
Then there's about 17. And way more people died while trying to do this than actually did it, at least all the way. I mean, believe it or not, most people can't go through 8 years of starvation. There's also a lot of false information about the whole self-mummification thing. Like, there's some people online who think this happened to like thousands and thousands of people, and while maybe that many attempted it, certainly not that many did it. There's also that picture that went around of the dead body encased inside of a Buddha statue, and people thought that that's what self-mummification was, that people were just like sealed and wrapped up inside of statues. And while that would be terrifying, no. While those are mummies, they have had their organs removed and were completely mummified after death. Again, the only confirmed historical records of purposeful self-mummification was in the northern region of Japan from 1081 to the final case of which was in 1903. See, in 1879, Emperor Meiji banned the practice of self-mummification as he saw it as barbaric, equating it to effectively a glorified suicide. While this certainly made the practice more taboo, it didn't stop everyone. And as mentioned in 1903, the last official successful case of self-mummification happened to a monk named Bukai. Bukai went through the entire process. However, whenever his followers came to retrieve his body 1,000 days later, they were stopped by the Japanese government, because at the time, it was illegal to exhume a dead body. So the body just sat there in the box until it was discovered by a group of university researchers in 1961, who sure enough found that the body had hardly decomposed. And as mentioned, this is the last reported successful case of self-mummification. A lot of people falsely attribute Luang Fo Diang as the last successful case of self-mummification, and he wasn't the last case of a successful one, he was the last case of an attempted one, at least officially. Because who knows, they may still be attempting this in the mountains somewhere. It's illegal now, but that doesn't mean they're not going to do it. Luang died in 1973 as he was going through the first fasting cycles. And while it was never officially confirmed that he was trying to go
I mean, just because having hookers and smoking crack is illegal doesn't mean people don't do it, right? So, yeah, that's I probably didn't need to explain that one. I just wanted to be funny, but I guess I didn't. I wasn't. Thank you. Thank you for laughing at that. But that was a horrible joke. I know. It's like, I mean, was like more than enough, I think. I'm just gonna let Mr. Wendigoon here.
through Soku Shinbutsu. I don't think someone eats a diet of, again, pine needles and tree bark for fun. And again, he died during that fasting process. The reason he's so well remembered, and a lot of people think he was the last one, is because he's definitely the most memorable one. Because in order to make him appear more eloquent to visitors at the temple, and keep in mind, he didn't go through the whole anti-decomposition process. They artificially mummified his body later. So in the process, because apparently his eyes were sunken in and it looked bad, they just put a pair of sunglasses on him. So to this day, there's just a dead monk wearing sunglasses in a temple. That's fantastic. Perhaps the most successful case of self-mummification.
Oh my god, I forgot I was muted. Oh my god, wait. Can you, like... Oh, the mummy has style though. But I mean, yeah, the kind of conditioning, the kind of psychological conditioning you have to go through to do this is like insane. But this, it's so disrespectful. Look at that. Can you imagine like Tutankhamun having sunglasses? I want one. If I die, guys, can you guys someone put some sunglasses on my dead body and also protect it. Muted? I'm not muted. I'm muted? You can't hear me? What? You can't hear me? I'm not muted. Or was that a little bit later? My computer is possessed by Satan. That's not how you write possessed. The stream muted itself. Oh my god. Do you also have a little demon in your stream? Like me? Neon? When I was streaming, 50 actually put a clip on it on Discord if you want to check it out. But yeah, I have no idea how that happened. It wasn't my microphone. My microphone's fine. Look, there's nothing happening. I'm gonna call a priest. You should call an exorcist. And then they'll have like another horrible trilogy of it. Like, The Exorcist. Italian boy. Let's just finish this video.
So to this day, there's just a dead monk wearing sunglasses in a temple. That's fantastic. Perhaps the most successful case of self-mummification was Shin Yokai, who died in 1783. He was considered one of the most well-preserved bodies of this process. So within his case that he resides in, every 6 years, his robes are changed out. And the pieces of the old robes he was previously wearing are chopped up and sold as talismans, with people who buy the talismans saying that they contain some special supernatural property. And that leans back on one of the reasons that I find this so fascinating. The Buddhists of this region, and again, I want to emphasize, this is not indicative of Buddhism as a whole. Again, Buddhism is a very widespread and popular religion, and like I said, this was 17 people. So do not take their beliefs and apply it to anyone who is...
You did not. 50, the disrespect! Oh my god! He literally said teabag. No! I have a teabag right here. If anyone's interested. Oh my god, so disrespectful. You're grounded. Go into the corner. Virtual spanking right here. Bad boy. Certified bad cat. Wait, is that a cat? Really? Oh, okay. Right after I finish this, can you guys help me with the... You said something about TTTV or something. I don't know. For the emotes. We should have some emotes as well.
As Buddhists. But there are other beliefs, like in some sects of Jainism or Hinduism, that do have a process for a slow or natural death. But in those cases, it's always because the person just wants to die, either from a physical illness or a physical pain that's tormenting them, or they simply have no reason to continue living. Because in those cultures, suicide is seen as a bad thing, so if it is an act...
Okay, should I have said trigger warning suicide? Because this is talking about suicide a lot. Trigger warning, guys. It talks about suicide. I'm sorry it's so late, but yeah.
action of inaction, like starving yourself, then it can be approved by religious leaders. But this, to my knowledge, is one of the only practices where someone who is otherwise in perfect physical or mental health can take on the process of self-starvation and mummification.
You think they're in perfect mental health? Do you think a normal person would willingly self-starve themselves in order to be mummified? Wintergoon. Bro. Oh my god, you are so... 50, you're going to hell. I'm telling you. I'll be your right next door neighbor, but like, seriously. With the mummies and shit, tea bags? My god, you're so disrespectful. 50. Guys, we're not... What is that? Is that hell? Oh my god. Is that hell with the... Okay, alright. Look at you. Like, I like how 50 is a man of like a lot, like little words. He doesn't need to speak. He just speaks with emotes. He doesn't need to talk so much. He doesn't need to explain anything. He's a man of talent, of little words. Wait, Mummy Thug Life? I didn't see that comment. Oh my god, Mummy. We have to do an edit like that. Oh my god. I want one of the emotes as that mummy with the sunglasses. It's like no words, just vibing. So true. I want one of my emotes is gonna be one of those mummies with the sunglasses.
In order to achieve something greater than themselves. So much so that even after they die, like I said, their clothes are sold as talismans because that is the power their form holds for going through that process. And I have to mention, it's such an uncanny resemblance to things like the Catholic concept of the incorruptible saints, and how there is this sacredness to a body that is not touched by the process of death or decomposition. It is so fascinating to me how different religions and beliefs throughout the world can have such wildly different ideas of existence and purpose and action and ministry. But every now and then there are these parallels that exist between them, between otherwise completely unrelated groups of people. And it's so cool and it's so interesting to see. And this is obviously, as you could probably tell, to me, a very fascinating case and a very fascinating practice that I wanted to talk about. And hopefully if you stuck around this long, you wanted to hear about it too. And that's really cool and I appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you for watching. This is a fascinating case. Like I said, I was reading about some of the more strange concepts in Christianity that existed, especially towards the Dark Ages. Which again, with what I was saying there at the end, like even the same time period, self-mummification would have been popular in the northern regions of Japan, like, 1500s, which was around the same time a lot of concepts like the miracles of the Catholic Church, or incorruptible saints, Or I was reading about the concept of, oh man, what is it called? There's a thing that, am I gonna have to go get my notebook? No, I'll put text here somewhere. It is a process of burying yourself in a wall.
He has a notebook. He has a notebook for all this stuff. Can you imagine? I would. Oh my god, I have such a huge crush on him. I'm such a huge fan of Wendigos. I hope one day we'll be able to make content together. I am such a huge fan of Wendigos. He has everything. Like, he's such a cool. I would love to be his friend. Like, he loves horror movies. He loves horror games. Well, me, I don't like horror games so much, but I can enjoy it, you know? The act of being terrified constantly, it's like, it's kind of fun. And then, also, he loves weird scientific historical shit like this. He has like icebergs talking about like, that's how he got popular actually. I don't know if you guys know him, but yeah. But it's like, one day I shall do content with you, Mr. Wendigoon. And his name is a reference to Wendigo, you know, the Native American monster that eats human flesh. So cool.
Wall within like Catholic or Christian groups around, again, the Dark Ages, where they would entomb themselves in a wall as a sort of penance to God. And in some cases, in a sort of similar concept, they would go live on top of these towers that they wouldn't come down from, and they just stay up there and preach all the time. And it's so weird to see acts of self-sacrifice as kind of, like I said, a penance in one culture happening at the same time on the opposite side of the world from another culture. That's so cool to me. I love it. History is so fascinating, especially the dark and creepy parts. But like I said, I find this cool. And if I'm going to talk about... I was planning to make a video, like a larger one, about like the Christian stuff, because that's more my wheelhouse. Like a lot of the concept I've said about Buddhism and stuff, I've had to research in the past couple days, which I was probably wrong about some of it, and if so, sorry. I swear I'm trying. But Christianity is my wheelhouse. I can, like, if I hear a term, I just know where it goes. I can rattle it off. But I figured before I make that larger video, I wanted to make this one. Because it's an interesting topic to me, and hopefully you all found it interesting too. But with that out of the way, I want to say thank you all so much for the support you've shown on the Blood Meridian video. Insane. That is blowing my mind. I don't know if you all follow me on Twitter, but on Twitter, I tweeted it. So let me get this right. The Google Trends for Blood Meridian after I made that video shot up to a rate that they had almost never been at least not in the past several years. It got to #1 for it's still, at the time of making this video, #1 in Westerns on Amazon, like theamazon.com. It's the #1 selling Western right now. And for a while, it was the #1 selling fiction book in America, or American fiction. And I have gotten several emails and DMs from people who work or run bookstores saying Blood Meridian's completely sold out, and they're still getting calls about it. That is incredible. That is one of the coolest things that has ever happened from this YouTube channel. The idea that Cormac McCarthy, one of the most important authors, to me, like, who inspired me to create anything, much less be here now, who inspired me to create a YouTube channel that I then talked about one of his stories in, and potentially I raised the sales and attention the book got. That is, I could scream. That's so cool. I want to throw up in a good way. You all are so fascinating. You all make my life so fascinating. Oh, it's so cool. It means the world. I'm so blessed. God is so good. But yeah, I've been freaking out over that. That is such a neat thing.
God. I can't imagine doing something like that one day. I didn't watch it because it's like 5 hours long. I don't think we can watch it yeah, on stream. Like, can you imagine making a video about something that you like, and then other people like it because of you? That is like what I want to be in life. I want people to like discovering new things and be curious about the world because of me. That's like so amazing to know. Oh my god, I would love to be like this. I feel like crying right now. Oh, I'm so proud of him. Yes, Wendigo, you did it. I discovered Wendigo through Mr. Gigi. He actually does like a couple of YouTube videos about movies and stuff, and um I think they did it. I don't know how but yeah, he did a video with him, and then I was like, oh, I want to watch it, and then I saw his iceberg videos, and then his iceberg videos blew up, and then yeah, it's just wow. That's it. One of the only scary movies to win an Oscar. Which scary movie was this? Which? Silence of the Lambs. Oh, did you guys watch Silence of the Lambs? Have you ever seen Kugezacht? Yes, I've seen Kugezacht. I like him. I'm
Hi,
actually
I'm Danny
subscribed to
Boyd.
Kugezacht.
The day is February 14th.
Kugezacht. Kugezacht. Yes. I watched a lot of videos on here. Ah, the egg. Do you know the egg? The story about the egg? Did you guys read it? It's a short story by Andy something. What was his name? Andy Worrell? Well, the egg. Andy Wire. Andy Wire. Yeah. And oh my god, this is also another good, cool story about death and the way that we deal with it. You know, it's also a cool science fiction story. I think fantasy, you can say. Or I think. I don't know if Britt Marling took inspiration from The Egg to talk about that, but it is really cool, isn't it? Did you view that video or did you read the book? Dad and the Lady. Was it this one? Ballad. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Where is it? No. Eh? Ah, this one. This one. It was this one. I wanted to show you guys this one. So this is like a poem, a ballad, I guess, but I think it's more of a poem, really. Written by John Deacon, J. Deacon. I think it's John. His name is John. In 1683. Between 1683 and 1700s. It was printed as the great messenger of mortality or dialogue betwixt death and a lady. Oh my god, this video, this is so, look, we can like read like first two. Fair lady, throw those costly robes aside. No longer may you glory in your pride. Take leave of all your carnal vain delight. I'm come to summon you away this night. What bold attempt is this? Pray let me know. From whence you come and whither you I must go. Shall I, whom am a lady, stoop or bow to such a pale-faced visage? Who art thou? Who art thou? Do you not know me? I'll tell you then. I am he that conquers all the sons of men. No pitch of honor from my dart is free. My name is Death. Have you not heard of me? Yes, I have heard of thee, time after time, but being in the glory of my prime, I did not think you could have come so soon. Why must my morning sun go down at noon? It's like, I love it. And apparently you sing it with this. I don't know why you sing it. It looks like a marriage ballad. But yeah, I guess it could represent like the death of your singlehood. But yeah, I just wanted to share it with you. We can watch this video.
You
as
were
well
on your
again.
way home when you died. It was a car accident. Nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless. It was a painless death. The medics tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered, you were better off, trust me. And that's when you met me. What happened? Where am I? You died, I said, matter-of-factly. No point in mincing words. There was a truck, and it was skidding. Yes. I died. Yes. But don't feel bad about it. Everyone dies. You looked around. There was nothingness. Just you and me. What is this place? Is this the afterlife? More or less. Are you God? Yes, I'm God. My kids? My wife? What about them? Will they be all right? That's what I like to see, I said. You just died and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like some man or possibly a woman. Some vague authority figure, maybe. Don't worry, I said. They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow contemptuous of you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will be secretly relieved. To be fair, your marriage was falling apart. If it's any consolation, she'll feel very guilty for feeling relieved. Oh, so what happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something? Neither. You'll be reincarnated. Ah. So the Hindus were right. All religions are right in their own way. Walk with me. You followed along as we strode through the void. Where are we going? Nowhere in particular. It's just nice to walk while we talk. So, what's the point then? When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby. So, all my experiences and everything I did in this life won't matter. Not so. You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of all your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. I stopped walking and took you by the shoulders. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences it had. You've been in a human for the last 48 years, so you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you'd start remembering everything. But there's no point to doing that between each life. How many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots. Lots and lots. And into lots of different lives. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. Wait, what? You're sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically, time as you know it only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where you come from? Oh, sure. I come from somewhere else. And there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but honestly, you wouldn't understand. Oh, you said, a little let down. But wait, if I get reincarnated to other places in time, I could have interacted with myself at some point. Sure, happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own lifespan, you don't even know it's happening. So, what's the point of it all? I looked you in the eye. The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe, is for you to mature. You mean mankind? You want us to mature? No, just you. I made this whole universe for you. With each new life, you grow and mature and become a larger and greater intellect. Just me? What about everyone else? There is no one else. In this universe, there's just you and me. You stared blankly at me. But all the people on Earth, all you, different incarnations of you. Wait, I'm everyone. Now you're getting it. I'm every human being who ever lived. Or who will ever live, yes. I'm Abraham Lincoln. And you're John Wilkes Booth too. I'm Hitler, you said, appalled. And you're the millions he killed. I'm Jesus. And you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimized someone, you were victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you. You thought for a long time. Why? Why do all this? Because someday you will become like me. Because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child. Wow, you said, incredulous. You mean I'm a god? No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you will have grown enough to be born. So the whole universe, it's just an egg, I answered. Now it's time for you to move on to your next life. And I sent you on your way.
Ah, that was beautiful. Yes, but reading it. Oh, hello. Thank you for the follow. But I think what's better is that when you read it for the first time, it's just so much more better. I wanted to listen to this as well.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was the Billy o' Tea. The winds blew hard about it down, blow me.
Wait, hold on. It's a new follower, guys. Say hello. You know, I like that video, but I actually disagree on so many aspects. Why? Okay, let me know. Why do you disagree on so many aspects of it? Disagree on so many. Oh my god, what is going on? What the hell is this? Why do I have so many tabs open? I need Kick to be here. Yeah. We're gonna watch this video with the 6,500 singers. Oh my god. You disagree on the way that they portray life and death? I mean, I don't think it's a philosophy or anything. I think it's just a fun little way to spice up your your life. For example, I disagree that you live your life just to mature. That sounds like such a narrow path of life. Then what else do you live it for? I mean, if you were to look at it without the perspective of a soul and just scientifically, we always mature, always grow old. We never stay as a child. We always get to a point where we're always growing older, you know? So I think in a way, maturing doesn't have to be like, I forgot what I was saying. Why do I have so many tabs open? What the hell? Why? Okay. There's another one here as well. So many tabs. For what? Okay, I need to put it here. Where can I put it? Close that. I need to put this. I want to put this here. Yeah. Okay, I can't put it there apparently. I don't know why. But yeah,
Billy
let's
Boys
listen to this
blow.
song and Breezy.
Come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down below.
Okay, so you said that there's infinite ways of living. Maturing is just a fraction of what you can do in life. I think you think that it's a conscious way of being, rather than rather than it being a part of life, because you don't choose to grow. We have to. You don't choose to die. We have to. It's an absolute. Maturing is an absolute in life. You can't be 5 years old unless there's like some specific thing that is obstructing you from being like that, you know. But in the normal sense, you have to mature, right? You have to grow. There's no other way but up and forward. You can't go back unless you have a time machine. Only Doc has a time machine. Yeah, by the way, we watched Back to the Future 2 again yesterday, and I'm thinking we can watch Back to the Future 3 after a movie that we chose. Yeah. Which movie did you were talking about a specific movie, 50. You mentioned one. But, you know, I think it just happens anyway. You always mature even without actively doing it. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a part of life. It doesn't change, you know. That was nice. 6,500 people. Can you imagine? So, I kind of streamed 1.5 hours. What do you guys think? Let's find somebody to... Let's go find somebody to raid, right? Wait, how do I raid someone? I don't know how to raid someone. Create a dashboard. Manage stream. Raid a channel. Oh, wait, I need to follow a channel to raid them? Oh my god, we need to choose a channel to raid. Should we raid her? Oh, she's doing Valorant. Should we raid her? Why is her stream quiet? She's gold. But she's not doing anything. I don't understand how people can get like 10 viewers. Maybe because big juicy hairy man. Valorant comp with your wins. But yeah, I'm gonna actually play Valorant after this as well. The vibes are immaculate.
Don't fucking expose me. I said this one time. I don't use that trolley. I used it once and it tipped
London,
over.
Turkey, English, female, comfy, e-girl, Red Bull.
Teenage
She's
would not have done it.
Oh my god, I want to play with
Doesn't seem
them.
like she needs workouts at all. And people's bodies react to sweat.
Let's
To be
let's
fair,
give her a
I
raid.
don't, but I want to just to feel
Let's
good,
give
you know?
her a raid.
Just to like feel like I'm getting stronger.
Eh.
Something. So I can just fight anyone. That
Oh,
I need to fight,
Blee.
guys. Freezing, your ancestors have put their heads down in shame.
We can raid her, right?
Bring them up here, okay? Thanks for the follow, Purple Chicken. Purple Chicken.
Just 2 viewers. 3. Ooh, 3 viewers already.
Guys, we're 1 away from 900.
Let's raid her.
He's saying 5 minutes still, so
Wait.
guys, if you find someone, just...
I wanna
From
play
900, but I swear someone sent a picture into Discord.
with
saying that we were
you.
at 9. It was Griffin, wasn't it?
Can
He said that
I?
We were already at 900. So why does it say no? Ugh, I don't want to hear myself.
Yay!
We're at
I'm too small to
903,
see.
bro. Thanks
I'm
for the raid, Purple Chicken.
yes.
What's up? Hi. I want to play. Jump on.
Yes, I found someone to play with.
This is a
But
spot.
I'm trash.
We had someone who was meant to be coming, not me. But they didn't come, and now we're just waiting. Who's Vertox again?
Is that okay?
Yo.
Oh no, she got a player.
I don't know who this is.
Oh
Oh, it's
no.
Reda.
Not me.
It's Reda from chat.
I'm
guys.
sad.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Purple Chicken. I appreciate it. I hope your stream was so well. I hope you had the best stream of your entire life. Is that okay? Oh no, not me. I'm sad. Add me. Add me. And then if someone jumps off, I'll probably jump off. In the good sleep. I'm joking.
Okay.
Some other time though.
Match found.
Whichever. I'm gonna finish watching this football game. I hope your team Tottenham loses.
Okay. I'll join her.
Okay, I'm gonna sit up properly.
Then I'll end stream.
ARB.
Don't pick a...
If anyone wants to play with me in the
I'm
meantime,
just gonna pick Fade, guys.
let's
thank you.
go. Let's go play Valorant together.
Tottenham are losing 2-0.
Okay.
Again,
Oh, wait,
against
wait,
Man
wait. I
City,
didn't
Man
answer.
United.
Wait. What did you say? I'm too small to say what's wrong and right in life, but saying that I live my life just to mature, that just feels so bad to me, which is why I prefer believing it is not true. But really, as long as you feel good about what you believe, you're a champ. Huh. I think you are looking too deep into it. I think you're looking too deep into it, I think, in my opinion. But yeah. So, let's switch to, what do you call? Valorant. I'm gonna be Pocket Sage, because if I'm gonna do 5-stack, I'm not really good with Pocket. I'm not really good with anything. 5-stack. Anyone. So I'll see you guys in Valorant, whoever wants to join. I'm sorry, Privé. 40. Wait, we have 50, so now you can be 40. I'm sorry, 40, that I couldn't answer that in more depth because I was just ending stream right now because it was just like one. And that was the first time I actually rated someone. And I wish I could sit down with you and philosophize about life, but I don't know, my brain's just not working right now. But I don't think you are small. You have to go. Have a good night. Okay. You too. You two have a good night. I'm gonna go and grind in Valorant because fuck yeah, I can. Duh. I'll see you guys. Oh! I don't know if you guys want me to do study with me, we can do. But usually people don't join, so maybe I'll just do it anyway. It doesn't really matter. But for next week, since it's the first week of the month, I'm not going to be streaming. Just so you know. I'm going to take a break for a week. So yeah, I will put it on Discord as well. I'll see you guys.